So here's a presentation that I made over the differences between dairy and beef cattle. So first of all, we're going to talk about dairy cattle. These are the cattle that are raised to produce milk, and they are selectively bred for good milk production and calving ease, which means that they will be able to have calves easily without much human intervention. Dairy cows typically produce 4 calves in a lifetime, so having them have the ability to calve easily and on their own is definitely a plus for farmers. These are typically very tall and lean cows. We want them to be tall and have good body size so they can easily carry calves. And we want them to be lean because we want most of their energy to be going into their milk and not into fat on their bodies. And here we have a picture of the typical black and white spotted Holstein dairy cow. And milk, we all know what milk is. It sustains young calves. It's the food for their first weeks of life. But we also collect it for our own consumption, and we use it to make dairy products like yogurt and cheese. Now, beef cattle, on the other hand, are raised to produce meat. They are selectively bred to produce meat that is very high quality and also tender. These are typically pretty short and muscly cattle, as you can see from this photo. And they're typically one solid color as opposed to our black and white spotted dairy cows. Beef is the meat from cattle, and that is what is produced by the beef cows. So here I have a question, and it is, how many calves does the average dairy cow produce in her lifetime? So first let's try 1 calf. And that was incorrect, so we're going to go back to the question to try again. Okay, let's try 3 calves. Okay, this is correct. A dairy cow produces 2 to 4 calves in her lifetime, and she is bred every 12 to 14 months. So I'm going to click here to go to my next slide. So in conclusion, dairy and beef cattle are raised for different purposes, but they are still the same species. Different traits have been selected, which has caused them to look different and be more suitable for these different purposes. And that is to improve consumer acceptance of the products so that the cattle produce products that consumers want. Okay, now we can X out of this. And as you can see, I have my notes down here on several of my slides so that when I present, I know what I should talk about. All right, thank you.